Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a real quick drop in and give you an update on what's going on with my new collection that I'm working on. It's called If We Were a Love Song. So let's get to it. So mostly it's going to be about couples. The first couple you see here, I actually was going to do something with, I was going to go on a tangent and I was going to include a Wu-Tang Clan song as one of the love songs, and I was going to incorporate these swords in it, but I don't think that's actually going to work. So that's one of those fails that the idea doesn't really come through. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to actually start shooting this weekend. I'm going to start shooting tomorrow. And so this is the first couple. And the next lady up, I've already shown a couple images of her. This one's going to be based on the song Miss Independent. So she's actually going to be shot just on her own. I'm not going to actually pair her up with anybody. Next up, I have my little revolutionaries. And originally, what I was going to do was pair this girl off with this guy. But, geez, look how much bigger she is. I mean, her head compared to his is just freaking ridiculous. So, I had to figure something else out. And I just got in another doll that I'd ordered that is big enough to be next to her without being overpowered by the size of her head. These clothes that I got, so I actually got this off of Amazon, and I found that kind of interesting because for this one I'm going to go more of a 1960s, more civil rights kind of shoot for them. And on accident, one of those happy accidents, so on his coat, it actually says Africa Corps. What do you know? Completely by accident. But hell, it works. I'll take it. Next up, white people. Yeah, I'm actually going to do some white people in here too. But actually, I was going to do more, but I ran out of good clothes. Jeez, most of the clothes for these things suck. So, part of this is like any kind of fashion show, any kind of fashion shoot. I'm trying to find something that actually works with this stuff and doesn't look crappy. So these are the only two outfits I had left after I outfitted all the black people or the black dolls. And next up, we're going half glam or mostly glam. Let's say 90%. So this dress is one of the ones that I picked up completely separately. I got this off of Etsy, and I'm kind of new to this space. Originally, all my shoots always consisted of me just purchasing the doll, and whatever the doll came with, that's what I shot with. So this is one of the first times I actually purchased clothes and tried to put it on the frickin' doll. And I spent, I don't know how much time, because I thought this down here was supposed to be at the top. And I spent probably 5-10 minutes just trying to figure out how the hell does this thing clasp? How do I undo it? And why doesn't it stretch? Because I couldn't get it over her hips. So I literally had to go back to my Etsy purchase and see how they put the thing on the doll to understand, oh, I was putting it on upside down. This dude, he reminds me of Prince. So he was another recent acquisition, and I had the outfit, and I had purchased shoes, but it turned out, as I said, I'm new to this space, so the shoes didn't fit. So the dress shoes don't work, but it turns out I had purchased a pair of Converse, and so because of that, we're just going to put him in Converse and otherwise dressed up. And the last pair, these are really iffy. So everyone I'm showing you today is I'm gonna shoot this weekend, but I can't honestly say that they're gonna be part of the collection because as I mentioned with the swords and at the beginning of this, sometimes I have these ideas, but then when I try and execute on them, I realize that either I don't have the talent to make it work, or it's just a stupid idea to begin with. So the last pair is one of those ideas that I don't know. We'll see whether I can make it work or not. So we're going to fairy tale land. And the idea behind this was actually going back to, the original idea was to all the shoots have something to do, or basically it's inspired by some kind of song about love. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic love or whatever, but something that has to do with love. And because I already have her, and around the time I purchased her, I also purchased him because their outfits kind of look the same. I ended up, never actually shooting them together. And part of it is because, the way they made these dolls, it kind of sucks. I can't really pose them much. And I've not I haven't started swapping heads yet. That's going to be next up. But in any case, I have these two, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, whether it'll work or not. The song that I was going to use with this one is the song by, I think it was the Crystals, And Then He Kissed Me is the name of the song. So we will see. I'm going to have to go look up the lyrics and see if that'll work or not, see how that all fits, and whether I can actually pose these two into something I think is half interesting. So speaking of interesting, as I mentioned before, in the case of this dude and my inability to find shoes that really matched what I was originally trying to go with, well, guess what? Homeboy here actually doesn't have shoes. The freaking thing I got off eBay doesn't have shoes. And so anything I shoot with him is going to have to be, like this, because, I can't have the prince running around barefoot. So that's a quick catch up on what's going on here. And I will keep you all posted with how things are going with this. So part of the inspiration behind this entire collection is I'm going for can't speak. I'm all tongue-tied. So I'm going for an art scholarship, $1,000 art scholarship that I'm competing for. And part of the process is creating a new collection. And so this is that collection. And if you would like to participate, if you would like to support me in this, I am selling $30 tickets for it. And what that will include is a video with all of basically the process of all the people who are competing for this, including myself. And it will include tickets to an actual event. Because of COVID, I'm not exactly sure what the event is going to be like. I am going to be printing some pieces so people that are local to Los Angeles will be able to see some of the art that I create from this is going to be shown in a gallery in Los Angeles. And to sweeten the pot, not all that's the official stuff that everybody that buys tickets is getting, but those that support me are going to get extra stuff. I've not quite figured out exactly what, but I'm going to do something extra for you just because, just as my personal thank you to you. And thank you all for the congratulations. So again, I'm competing for this. If you would like tickets, it's $30 per ticket. DM me and I will shoot you a link where you can get more information on that. And we'll go from there. So again, any questions, DM me. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for checking this out. Again, all of these are dolls that are going to be shot over the weekend for my collection, If We Were a Love Song. And actually, as I'm saying that, I'm like looking at his face. Dude does not look all that happy. So I don't know. She doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't look like he's having it. In any case, we'll see how this goes. So next week, again, I will check in and I'll give you an update. And of course, I'm going to be filming some extra stuff that I'm going to keep aside just for the people who support me, and a special thank you. And I'm going to figure out something to go public, unless you support me and you want to remain anonymous. Some kind of public thank you. I'll figure something out for that. So, maybe their love song is a love triangle. There are going to be some spares. So, this girl's kind of just hanging out. So maybe she's about to hook up with somebody, and the other girl, well, we'll just see about that. I don't know. Thanks for the idea, Joan. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off, and thank you for joining me, and I will catch you all later.